Let me ask you something real. Why do so many people go along with things they know are wrong? Why do they stay silent while others suffer? Why do they follow orders, obey systems, carry out rules, even when their soul is screaming, that ain't it. It ain't right. Is it fear of punishment? Fear of standing out? Fear of losing a job? A relationship? Their so-called comfort? People watch slavery and said nothing. They watch innocent people rot in prison and said that's just the way it is. They see injustice at work, in school, in the street, and they walk right past it. The truth is, people would rather be accepted than be honest. They'd rather be safe than be free. But I can't move like that. I'd rather be uncomfortable than betray what I know is right. When you obey what you know is evil, you become part of it. This video ain't for the comfortable. It's for the ones who see, the ones who feel, and the ones who are done staying silent. Let that sink in, y'all. I hope I resonate with somebody in this video. Because I'm telling you, it is tough out here. And again, niece bothering me, like always. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, a lot of people on this earth do what they do. Hold on one second. Gotta interrupt it again. But y'all get the message of what I was saying a few minutes ago. I'm just gonna pick up from where I think I left off. You know, this world is so divided. And, you know, topics like this needs to shake people up to get them to start talking. Because if you talk about the everyday things in life, as usual, right? People would talk, but they wouldn't get down to the root of the problems. And I don't have all the solutions. I don't have none at all, really, to be honest with you. But I know I'm very, very aware to understand that this is a problem. It's a big problem. And the way our world is working today is that it's shifting in a major way. And because it's shifting so bad, people are trying to ignore it, I believe, instead of talking about it. Because see, this is how all of this stuff works, man. We're in a I wouldn't say a simulated game. We're in an actual game of life. And I don't even know if you could be strategic in playing it. I mean, it's strategic as far as trying to get ahead, right? Because, you know, our version of what's ahead is being comfortable, right? And getting the things that we need, right, in our mind based on what they told us. But we haven't carved it from ourselves, man, you know, which is each one teach one. You know, the true self-knowledge, not something that someone taught you. It's what you're teaching yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I know earlier I had to, you know, I was going on, you know, kind of quick, just trying to get it all out there. You know, I don't want to miss what I was saying, you know, because I had it all. It's funny how the brain works, you know. I mean, the brain and memory works is that you have a lot to say, you get it all out at one time, and then you kind of just flow after the fact. But you know, for those of you out there who think I'm always a person that always talk about doom and gloom, and that what I'm saying is not knowledgeable, hey, whatever I'm saying, just look around you and go find these things, man, that I'm talking about, if you're willing to go find them. Because a lot of folks will just let it go by the wayside. But in today's world, you kind of have to pay attention to it. You kind of You can't ignore it. Like, even though you may have some good days, more than once, having maybe multiple days, right? But you got to pay attention to what's going on, because if not, they're going to force it on you to pay attention. And I'm just a person just talking about it, man. Because again, this is, this video and other videos. Go back in there before I get you. My niece just I didn't stop the video this time because she just keep going back and forth. She thinks again. I had to play a little game with her earlier, but she want to keep it going. So, but yeah, like, I'm just a person who's just talking about it, man. That it needs to, like I said, me talking and reaching other people across the country, and across the world, because I know it's just not only here in the United States, it's in other places that need to be aware of this, because although they don't live the certain particular lifestyles that we're living in America, I believe they're affected in other ways too. And so this stuff this circulates in my mind, right? And I'm gonna talk about it because I'm very hyper aware. And again, for people who want to say that I'm always negative, have never had nothing to smile about, that I'm always coming over here giving people bad news, or I just can't talk about nothing different. Or I can talk about something different, right? But we've been doing it all our lives, right? And ignoring the root of the problems that's been happening for multiple years, that we just felt like if we just get a little bit from these people, that'd be cool. As long as we get a little stuff, a little type of happiness from these people, right? And be going with our lives, we don't have to worry about anybody else, because we don't share the world with nobody else. It's just whatever they give me, I'm gonna go on with my life and just deal with it. Nah, that's part of the plan. I'm gonna say the plan, the continued plan, for them to keep doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it just needs to be out. It needs to be said. It needs to be out there, man. I don't like talking about this stuff a lot, but hey, I got to talk about it. We got this platform for me to be on this video, making this video for you guys to listen to it. Just got to talk about it, man, and not be so damn scared, because everything that they have been predicated on us, they do it with fear. And once you break that fear factor, you're not scared no more. Because at this point, you're not afraid of what they're going to do, right? Because what it is that they know it's good. They know the stuff that I'm talking about with exposing this stuff. They know it's good. They know it's bad for them, but it's good for the people. It's very good for the people, And even for people who understand this stuff like I do, right? That they're silently talking to themselves in their head. Trust me, I've been there, and I know what you're going through. And if I could resonate, if I could reach you in any kind of way with your silence, or making you think, I hope that you're listening, because it's very, very important that that you tune your ears into, because we definitely live in the matrix, man. No doubt about it, man. I just wish life could be very different, man. Because if life was very different, we wouldn't have the chaos that we have. But they feed off the chaos, because chaos causes divide, and chaos causes people to unalive other people, right? So when you unalive somebody else, you're not. You're fueling their agenda, right? You're not pushing against it, because if you push against it, it's not making them feel comfortable in their lives, we don't even know what kind of lives they're living. But I know goddamn well that it ain't the life we living. It's a damn sure ain't the life we living. And so I guarantee you that a lot of these people that we can't see, probably having stress the day before in their life. They eat the best foods. They drink the best drinks. Whatever they can make. I guarantee you it's not funneled with all kind of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It is simply good for the body to where they can keep on going with their lives, right? And we eat the scraps. We basically eat the scraps. And the stuff we can look forward to, which is stuff on the earth that grows from the earth, right? We can pull from those things, right? But they want to have a patent over that. I mean, not want to. They have a patent over that. So you gotta be strategic on how you go. You gotta get some stuff to just survive, man. Because it feels like, in a sense, that nothing in this life that we have, they don't want it to be. They want anything good that comes from it, because our version of good isn't good, right? Their version of good is something entirely different. And I wish that I've known what that is. I wish I know, man, because nobody would be on this planet, going through the stuff they're going through. We would be able to reap the benefits of what they got. But there's a reason for that, because they're the 1%. We're the 99th%. And they keep that very separate for a reason. Like George Carlin said, it's a big old club, and you ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all. That's, man. I really wish there was something we could do about it, man. I mean, it is, right? And what I mean by say I wish there's something we could do about it is, I wish that people can come together, but it's just so simple, but yet so damn hard, because people are in their own conditions. People do what they want to do because they've been trained that way. And so it's kind of hard to blame somebody else for their mishaps, right? But, in a sense, you'd be wondering, like, damn, okay, if it's that bad, that person can't snap out of it. I believe that even if some of these people could snap out of it, they don't want to, because they go for the comfort zone, something that's good to them, right? And I always say is that you gotta be uncomfortable to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that is a tall order for a lot of folks, because they don't want to be uncomfortable. They rather be comfortable, right? And then when it's time to get uncomfortable, then they visit that at that time, but they don't want to get uncomfortable, man. They want to stay in their comfort zone, because that's what they've been taught, man. And so I don't know, man. But I tell you what, man, that again, that for people out there who's obeying in such a strategic way, you gotta just ask yourself, man, like, you know this stuff is wrong, but why do you still do it, man? Why don't you stand in what you believe in? Why don't you know that this stuff that's really happening out here? Why don't you really know that? How come you haven't challenged yourself to understand what's really happening out here, man? Because it's happening. I see it, man. I see the foregone conclusion of all of this, and it's not gonna be pretty, man. And I'm no Bible thumper at all, but I've heard that, supposedly supposedly there is a God, right? Which I heard there's a God in us, but I heard that even God goes to war with people. That's not good, right? For the sake of good. And I wonder, are we going to get to that point where it's going to be a time for that? Because people want to spread wickedness through the earth, and they've been doing that for centuries, man. And in order for people to stay on top and do the right thing, You got to go through some people in order to be right, and it's unfortunately a very sad thing because the people who get it, right, who understand fully, right, you don't have to tell them anything because they understand. You may have to use a different type of interpretation for them to understand, right? Because again, your type of interpretation could be something entirely different from somebody else's interpretation, right? But you got to be able to understand. You got to get it, man. So you have to, for the people you have to break it down, man. But yeah, I'm all over the place, y'all. I can't keep my head straight. I probably done said something forward and said something backwards and said something forward again. But for those of you out there who've been watching me for a while, and for the new subscribers, forgive me, man. I'm just very, very passionate about this stuff, and I feel for people, even the ones that don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And I want peace, man. I want peace for everybody. But I know that's a tall order, and by being a tall order, damn, there's people that's gonna be left, man. There's people that's gonna be left, and damn, it's gonna be unfortunate. But these people want it that way because they don't want to get it, right? And again, you can't force them. So, obviously, awakening, it comes from seeing stuff for what it really is, and some part of your brain just opening it up, from being closed off so long. That's what I think my idea of an awakening person is that you have to be eager, first of all, to understand what's going on around you and be curious. If you're not curious, you're not going to wake up. You're going to be like, oh, man, that's just what it is, and that's it. It's all good. But, life goes on. But never question anything or never be curious about nothing, right? The curious ones are always the ones that's going to get it. And they're going to have the awakening, right? And they call the awakening ones the chosen ones. I don't know if I'm a chosen one. I have no clue. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But, I just want, I love people, And I will defend myself if I have to, right? Based off some foolishness. But other than that, I love all people, man. And I know for every person that's positive, there's a person who wants to be negative who try to bring someone down. And if I got to stand in righteousness to do good, then I will keep doing it, man. I'll keep doing it. It's not a problem for me. It could be a problem for a lot of other people, but it's not a problem for me. So, that's it for the video, man. I hope this video resonated with someone out there. I hope this video reaches a lot of people. I know how things be on here, how stuff like this that comes out, they don't try to reach it. They don't try to get it out to people that want to see this kind of stuff. So I hope that somehow, some way, that it reaches a lot of people, man. And that you'd be willing to lend me your ears to listen to it. All right? So, y'all be great, man, for the rest of the day and future days and future weeks and future months, if y'all are able to still be here to see it. So y'all take care. Oh, before I go, please like the video. Please share the video. Please come and push notifications so you won't miss a video whenever I drop it. And subscribe if you would like to have me. All right? Y'all have a great rest of your night. Peace.